What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me. Where today I want to talk about L'Jarius Sneed. This conversation keeps coming up. So many Colts players, with what's happened in free agency, so many players are on teams now. So these star players that we're talking about, one of them being L'Jarius Sneed, a lot of teams wanting his services. Okay, he's a star player, could be available. Now there is information out there about he wants to return to the Chiefs and he might end up doing that. Patrick Mahomes just restructured his contract to open up $21.6 million, I believe it was, and L'Jarius Sneed could end up staying in Kansas City. Totally plausible to happen. But if he does end up getting traded, the information that I have right now, this is everything that I have. Couple different tweets that I've seen, some different information that's come out, and this was all yesterday. Okay, this first one from Destin Adams. If you've been on this channel for a little while or you're on Twitter, maybe you know Destin Adams. For me, this is a guy who, like, if he has Colts information, I'm trusting it. Whatever he's saying, even if it's different from everybody else, I'm trusting it because at the end of the day, he was like the only person that had the correct information the whole time about Jonathan Taylor and that whole situation with the Colts last year. So Destin Adams here at 1:30 just yesterday said the latest update I've received on Colts pursuit of L'Jarius Sneed. The Colts and other teams interested in trading for the talented quarterback are waiting on the Chiefs to make a decision on if they plan on trading the cornerback at all. Many teams involved are hopeful that the answer will come today or in the coming days. Until then, it's a waiting game. So as of right now, there's still nothing in the works. It's basically what we talked about. Chiefs might keep him. Okay, so that is definitely part of this, but also he just, reading between the lines, the Colts are still in pursuit, which is the important thing to note there. But that information a little bit later on was corroborated by Robin Lucas, who I believe is with the Blue Stable, had some information talking about how negotiations are ongoing and they're seeing what can possibly happen with the deal. And then Cam Marino at Marino NFL. Now, I don't know a whole lot about who this is. I did go on the Twitter profile, kind of look around a little bit. Does seem like a legit source. But he said on the L'Jarius Sneed front, told a handful of teams are monitoring. Some believe he returns to Kansas City. In the case that he does become available, despite continued interest from teams including the Falcons and the Vikings, the feeling is that the Indianapolis Colts are the team to beat here. Indianapolis is headstrong in pursuit of more talent in the secondary. And that, my friends, is at least a little bit exciting. If L'Jarius Sneed is going to go anywhere, it sounds like the Colts have a package that they're willing to put together to go get L'Jarius Sneed. Now, we just talked yesterday at the end of one of the videos about a little bit of draft strategy and what it looks like the Colts could do, how they could go offense heavy in the draft. Well, what if they end up trading? Because I believe the way, trading for a franchise tag type player is going to be, the first round pick is gone. If they trade for L'Jarius Sneed, first round pick is gone. So instead of drafting a cornerback at 15, they trade that number 15 pick. What else do they give up? I don't know. But at that point, I would think that the Colts then become a team that's drafting heavy on offense, specifically receiver in that second round, possibly even receiver in the third round, the way things are going. Now, that could change if the Colts decide to get people in free agency. A lot of receivers became available yesterday, so we'll see if the Colts decide to make any moves, take any chances, get somebody on a good deal at wide receiver. But I think, though, right at the moment, looks like they could go offense heavy, especially if they trade that first round pick for L'Jarius Sneed. And this is something, again, that I think the Colts could do. And if L'Jarius Sneed does become a Colt, I'll be happy about it. He's a very talented player. He would make us better right away. But it's also like, man, we're going to miss out on a first-round receiver again if we do this. So I'm a little up in the air on whether I want that to happen or if the negotiations are able to go a different way and the Colts don't have to give up the first-round pick this year. That would be sweet. But I would assume that that's just going to happen. A player like L'Jarius Sneed, you're going to have to give that up. But I'd also – and one of the other reasons I'd be okay with not doing it is because I actually have faith in Dallas Flowers and Juju Brents as a starter with Kenny Moore, Jalen Jones as depth. I assume that's the way it's going to go. If Jalen Jones is starting, I'm fine with that too. I thought he was fine. I think all three of these guys going into this next season are going to be good. If we can add depth at corner with L'Jarius Sneed, I'm good with that. It'll be interesting to see what else happens. People talking about, let's go ahead and trade for L'Jarius Sneed, and then let's bring in Justin Simmons. And at that point, secondary really good. And I'd be very interested to see what that looks like. Have Nick Cross as a starting strong safety. I'm good with that. If Nick Cross is on the field, I'm okay with it. Okay, so these are my thoughts on this whole situation. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this whole L'Jarius Sneed situation. If anything gets done regarding this, of course, I'll let you guys know as soon as I possibly can. And just like we have all week with any free agency news, as soon as I can get you information about anything that the Colts are doing, I'm going to let you know. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so that you get notified of any of these videos and updates. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. As always, take care of yourself. Take care of each other, and go Colts.